Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir. This is your digital classroom. My name is TS Sudhir. The specimen papers are out on the CISE website. I'm talking specifically for ICSE class 10. You can see it yourself, so I'm not showing it there, but this is a short, crisp, brief analysis. My pitch points for my 4 subject papers: English language, English literature, geography, and history civics. Now, the English language paper remains unchanged, understandably so, pretty much the same format. The time allotted, however, is 1.5 hours, which I think is more than sufficient time to do a good job with the essay, with the composition, the letters, the notice, and the email. The English literature paper sees a significant change in format, and it's a mix of MCQs, objective type paper questions, and subjective type questions. 10 marks are objective type questions, and this too is a 90-minute long paper. The first 10 marks is MCQ based like in semester 1. But if students think that it is going to make life easy, remember what happened in semester 1, where interpretative questions in English literature in particular can be actually quite tricky. The second 10 marks in this English literature paper is for Merchant of Venice, where you will have to attempt one of the 2 questions. So there is a set of 10 marks plus 10 marks, question number 2 and 3. So you will have to attempt one of the 2 from MOV. The third section is for the 2 stories, that is All Summer in a Day and the My Greatest Olympic Prize, and you have to attempt one of them. The fourth question is for poems, so Above Ben Edom and 9 gold medals, you need to attempt one of them. Now, students would wonder if they should leave out one poem and one story and perhaps even leave out Act 5 and focus only on the trial scene. The risk with doing something like that is that in section A, you would get questions from all the 4 poems and stories as well as MOV, Act 4 and Act 5. So, it's entirely your call if the brave ones want to take such a risk. My advice would be to study all the scenes in Act 4 and 5, basically 3 scenes. Act 4 has 2 scenes and Act 5 is 1 scene, and the 2 poems and 2 stories, right? Let's now move to History Civics, the third paper I wish to discuss. The first 10 marks, just like in English literature, are MCQ based, but this one has 5 questions from Civics and 5 questions from World History. In Civics section, you have a choice in the long format subjective type questions. The first 10 marks, and you have to choose one of them. The first 10 marks would most likely be either on the President or the Prime Minister, or perhaps a mix. The second one is likely to be on the Supreme Court or the High Court. Okay, that's for 10 marks. You need to do one of the 2 set of questions. In history section, you have to answer 2 of the 3 which are given. So that is for 20 marks. So history is essentially for 25 out of 40 marks. Civics is for 5 in section A and 10 marks in section B. Okay, so again in section A, it will be a mix of questions, right? So, you cannot really pick and choose in that sense, because while you may be able to handle section B well, section A, you may face the risk of losing out on 1 or 2 marks if you do not prepare a particular chapter. This applies both to English literature as well as to history civics. Finally, we come to geography, which is different from the 2 papers discussed so far, history civics and English literature. The map is for 10 marks. Okay, so there is no MCQ based questions here. The map takes that space of 10 marks. The 5 10-mark questions have been given from the 5 chapters which are part of the SEM 2 syllabus, that is transport, waste management, agriculture, minerals and energy resources, and agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. The 5 chapters. Okay, so you have to attempt 3 of them for 10 plus 10 plus 10 marks. Pretty much the way the earlier board paper used to be, where you had to do 5 out of I think 9 questions that you would get. So again, there would be the brave ones who would say, I will prepare only 3 and attempt only the 3 ones, because there is no section A risk here either, like in history, civics or literature. Though I would counsel you to prepare 4 definitely very well. If you don't want to prepare 5, fine, but don't go with 3, because in case there is some 2-mark or 3-mark question in any of those 30 marks which you say that you have prepared well, you kind of take the risk of losing out on those 2 or 3 marks. So a better strategy would be to prepare 4 so that you have a risk cover, an insurance of sorts, and that should kind of take care of it if you don't want to do all the 5. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this brings some clarity to the way you will start preparing now for the semester 2 examinations. Tata, bye-bye.